some slogans, you know, like Toys for Tots? How about a good slogan for black people? Hey, let's get black to business.
And prices could go up somewhat short term, but prices will also go down. And I think the farmers are going to be helped by this very much.
How have you been able to digest this? Are you still in that shock mode?
Jimmy, I'm a black woman and a lesbian. How the hell you think I'm doing?
Create havoc. These are bad people. I know everything they're doing. I know every move they make. I get it. It's tougher. I think it's probably, in many ways, it's tougher on my family than it is in me.
It looks like a sentient tumbleweed. That's how Wanda Sykes described Trump's hair right before she destroyed his entire self-image on national TV. The comedy duo of Sykes and Kimmel delivered the takedown America didn't know it needed. What started as typical late-night comedy quickly turned into what witnesses are calling a comedy massacre that left Trump's ego in pieces. Sykes didn't just cross the line, she erased it completely. And Trump's reaction? Let's just say we haven't seen him this mad since someone suggested he pay his taxes. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Ever wonder what happens when a comedian hits a billionaire where it really hurts?
Must be excited, your guy Trump won the election, congratulations.
Too soon, Jimmy, too soon.
When you look at USAID, that's a fraud. The whole thing is a fraud.
And prices could go up somewhat short term, but prices will also go down. And I think the farmers are going to be helped by this very much.
Trump found out the hard way when Wanda Sykes stopped by Jimmy Kimmel's show and delivered a comedy beatdown that had viewers rolling and Trump fuming. It wasn't just another night of late-night jokes. This was a calculated strike at the former president's most sensitive spot. While most comedians take aim at the easy targets like Trump's orange complexion or his quirky hand gestures, Sykes went straight for the jugular, his supposed business genius and billionaire status. Let's be honest, Trump can usually brush off jokes about his appearance like dandruff from his suit jacket, but when comedians start questioning the one thing he values above all else, his wealth, that's when the tiny hands start making angry fists. The comedy duo didn't just throw random insults, they systematically dismantled Trump's carefully constructed image as a business titan. Sykes had the audience in stitches when she pointed out that our self-proclaimed billionaire treats bankruptcy filings like they're frequent flyer miles. Can you imagine? The man who wrote The Art of the Deal apparently specializes in the art of financial faceplants. But Sykes wasn't done there. She took aim at Trump's infamous hairstyle, comparing it to a sentient tumbleweed that escaped from a 1980s car commercial that's been rolling around aimlessly ever since. The mental image alone had the audience howling with laughter as they pictured that mysterious blonde mop taking on a life of its own, much like Trump's relationship with reality.
Oh, is acting up today? I don't think I can't. It's excruciating pain, I can't.
I have a wonderful wife who has to listen to this stuff all the time. They do that for this reason. For what they did,
Yeah.
honestly, they should go to jail.
So you think Liz Cheney should go to jail?
Kimmel, never one to miss an opportunity to pile on, jumped right in with his own financial roast, suggesting that Trump's credit score probably screams in terror every time he tries to swipe a card. Picture it, a little credit score running away in horror whenever Trump reaches for his wallet. Not again, it cries, diving for cover behind a stack of unpaid contractor invoices. What made these jokes sting like a swarm of angry bees wasn't just their humor, but their uncomfortable proximity to the truth. When comedians joke about Trump's tan or his diet, they're just scratching the surface. But when they start exposing the gap between his billionaire persona and his actual business track record, that's when the orange face turns red with rage.
How have you been able to digest this? Are you still in that shock mode?
Jimmy, I'm a black woman and a lesbian. How the hell you think I'm doing?
Trump's hardcore fans may be a lot of things. Bright is not one of them.
Create havoc. These are bad people. I know everything they're doing. I know every move they make. I get it. It's tougher. I think it's probably, in many ways, it's tougher on my family that is in me.
Sources close to Trump revealed that his reaction was swift and explosive. After watching the segment, he reportedly went absolutely ballistic, stomping around like a toddler who just had his favorite toy taken away. The bankruptcy jokes in particular seemed to trigger something deep within his fragile ego. Imagine being so insecure that a comedian's joke about your business failures sends you into a tailspin. That's our former president, folks. The comedy massacre didn't stop at financial jabs. Sykes cleverly pointed out how Trump blew his inheritance like a kid with a gift card at a candy store. It's a perfect analogy, given millions by his father, only to squander it on questionable ventures and golden toilets. Most people would be embarrassed by such a track record, but Trump keeps doubling down on his very stable genius business acumen. What's particularly fascinating about this comedy takedown is how differently Trump responds to different types of jokes.
You understand what I'm saying? So basically, I take care of white people. What the hell?
I mean, how does this happen? Last week he had the whole legal system rigged. Now he's powerless.
If I did it, you would be standing up in that chair shouting at me. And you know what I'd do? I'd say, you got me.
Make fun of his spray tan? He'll shrug it off. Mock his bizarre speaking style? No big deal. But question whether he's actually as rich as he claims. Suddenly you've crossed a line that sends him into orbit faster than one of Elon Musk's rockets. The Kimmel-Sykes comedy tag team proved once again that humor can be the most effective weapon against powerful figures who can't handle criticism. Their jokes cut through the noise because they targeted the one thing Trump has built his entire identity around, his supposed business success and wealth. When that facade cracks, everything else comes tumbling down like one of his failed casino ventures. What makes this Trump-Sykes situation so fascinating isn't just the jokes themselves, it's how comedy strips away the armor of powerful people who can't laugh at themselves.
How about some slogans, you know, like Toys for Tots? How about a good slogan for black people? Hey, let's get black to business.
The witnesses that were on our side, they were literally crucified by this man who looks like an angel, but he's really a devil. He looks so nice and soft.
He just tap dances.
Can you commit to prioritizing legislation to make childcare affordable? And if so, what specific piece?
Trump's thin-skinned reaction to Sykes reveals exactly why comedy matters in politics. The man who brags about being tough completely falls apart when someone questions his wallet size. As research shows, Trump's defensive response to Sykes' financial jokes exposes his deepest insecurity. Comedians like Sykes understand their unique power to speak truth to power through humor, reaching audiences in ways serious journalism sometimes can't. When Donnie Diapers gets more upset about jokes targeting his supposed wealth than his hair, we learn what truly matters to him. The question remains, will Grumpy Trumpy ever grow thicker skin, or will comedians continue living rent-free in his head? Based on his ballistic reaction to Sykes, I'm betting comedians will keep the keys to his emotional apartment for quite some time.